Hello and welcome to the Daily Wednesday the 23rd of August 2023. Bit of a short one today, not much going on, obviously waiting for the big game at the weekend, trying to forget about the last game at the last weekend, and we're in betweeners. So, but this popped up. Aye, what's this? Well, let's just wait while it does that for some reason. I don't know why it did that. Voglsammer back to Germany? Question mark. By David Hamza from Fußballtransfers.com. This is a German website. They call football Fußball. Don't know why. Probably because they're German. Andreas Voglsammer could return to Germany. Oh, this is translated from German, by the way, by my browser, Edge. Andreas Voglsammer could return to Germany after only 1 year in England, according to information from the Braunschweiger Zeitung, which is a regional newspaper in Braunschweig, which is in Bavaria. I tried to go to that website, but it's behind a paywall, and unless you agree to have your computer arse raped by tracker cookies, I thought, no, thank you. Second division club Eintracht Braunschweig is seeking a transfer of the robust attacker who is still under contract with English second division club FC Millwall until 2024. Voglsammer, who moved to the island from Union Berlin on a free transfer last summer, is said to be able to return home. Voglsammer scored 3 goals and set up 5 more for Millwall last season. The new season began for the 31-year-old, who had just 51 minutes of action from 4 competitive games. This is very weird. Very weird why we signed him. Very weird why we continued to play him and start him. Until it turned out, his extension on his contract had been automatically triggered by the number of games he had played. Oh, and then it's funny, as soon as he hit that and the deal had been done, he was back. He was sitting on the bench, didn't get a look in. So Gary Rowett was only starting him to get that to automatically trigger the extension for another year. Why? You just put him back on the bench. Like, what's the point? Why are you messing this guy around? All very weird. All very weird, this one. And the guy, obviously 51 minutes in 4 games, so he's looking at it this season, thinking, I wasn't happy with the amount of game time I was getting last season, but it looks like I'm going to get even less this year. So he wants out. He wants to go back to Germany, back to the homeland, the fatherland. Do we still call it that? Which may explain why we're being linked with attackers, which kind of made no sense to me. The lad from Fulham on loan, Jay Stansfield. So it just goes to say, will we sign him? Will we give up on him? Or we're never going to give him up? I don't know. So yeah, there you go. Transfer news. Obviously, this needs to be done in the next week. So everyone thinking like, oh, mate, is Zion Fleming still going to leave because the transfer window closes in the 1st of September. 1st of September for most of Europe. The Saudis carry on for a bit. I'm not sure about Turkey. I think it's 1st of September for them as well. I think all UEFA said that it's 1st of September. I'm not too sure. But yeah. So is this why we've been linked with forwards? Possibly. That's not a good look when you've got players trying to bail out, is it? Now, moving on to this from southernnews.co.uk. Duncan Watmore's view on getting over bad results as Millwall look to bounce back from concerning stumble. The Lions have lost back-to-back league games and turned in some flat performances. Duncan Watmore is determined to lead Millwall's fight back to form and not get too bogged down in recent bad results. The Lions have underwhelmed in recent weeks and lost 3-1 to Norwich on Sunday at Carrow Road. That followed similarly low-energy outings against Reading in the Carabao Cup and Bristol City in the league, games where Millwall also fell to defeat. The trio of results were in complete contrast to the impressive opening day win away in Borough. Watmore told News at 10, "Obviously, we're all disappointed. A couple of bad results in a row, and we take responsibility for that. And we're desperate to put that right. I'm looking forward to Saturday to make sure we can make amends and start putting better performances in. Because after Middlesbrough, which was such a good performance, we've not backed that up in the past couple of results, so we're very keen to turn it around. All Norwich are very good at what they do, and they did play very well. As an attacker, you've got to be in the right position to make runs off the ball. It's easy to get frustrated and disappointed with the past couple of performances. This is a long season, and 2 weeks ago we were beating Borough at Borough, who were one of the best teams in the league last year. So football can change very quickly for both good and bad, and you've got to remember that. Take a bigger perspective as a player, take a step back, and not get too bogged down in most recent performance. Because you can go from being a very good team to a very bad team, or a very good player to a very bad player in 1 week, and that's just the nature of the industry. So you've got to just try and stay consistent as level as possible, and refocus on the next game, and that's all in your control. Despite his resolve, the 29-year-old said it was difficult to ignore all the noise. He added, "It's tricky, I have to be honest, because football's a very intense industry. It's a bubble. And when you're in it, each bad result feels like the end of the world. I think it's really important to recognise that, to take a step back from it, and not kind of get bogged down by that, because if you do, it's only going to affect your future performances. So from my experience in my career, the best way you can handle bad results, or even good results, is almost to park it and move on, because you've got to stay as level as possible. It's a long season, so there's many ups and downs in any sport, in any walk of life. And people in general have short memories and very short term. We all are. You've got to recognise that and also take responsibility for the fact that quickly it can change, and you can very quickly rectify with a win on Saturday and change the momentum again. And the good thing about it being so short term is that you always have the power in your hands to quickly turn that around and start winning games. So in some ways, that short termism, you can use it to your advantage, and you can really try and park the most recent result and turn it around the next week. That's what all the lads and coaching staff are working hard to do. Exactly. If they can somehow manage to scrape out a win against Stoke, it papers over the cracks and we move on to the next game. Dare I say, unless it's absolute turd of a game again, and Stoke are just as bad as we are, but we managed to nick it like Bristol City managed to nick it against us. So then people are still going to be on it, because they're not going to be happy with another shit performance. So yeah. And moving on to this, also from southernnews.co.uk. Millwall shares his opinion on when the transfer window should close and why he isn't a fan of the current system. Here we go. Championship clubs have until September the 1st to get new players in. Gary Rowett said he would prefer it if the transfer window closed before the season starts, as the current system favours bigger clubs. The window shuts on September the 1st, almost a month after the Championship season began. There had been a shift from 2018, which saw the summer period for sales end before the ball was kicked for 4 Premier League and Championship teams, but this system was abandoned 2 years later after European leagues failed to follow suit. Asked if he would prefer the window closing earlier, the Millwall said, "I'll be more than happy for that. People would start doing work earlier. We had previously where 2 or 3 weeks before the season, everyone then starts to ramp up the activity. For me, it feels a bit strange. I can only speak for myself. I love that feeling of this. This is what we are, and this is what we've got for 46 games of the season. Not this might be what we are, and we might be what we've got for about 4 weeks or 5 or 6 games. So for me, if you're going to have a transfer window with no loans after that, why not stop it before the season starts? That's my opinion. I'd even stop it a week before the season starts. You can get a week to work with the players. Again, that's my opinion. I think it favours bigger teams that perhaps don't start so well. They can go out and sign a couple more players, and everyone just waits for them to do that, and then the rest of us have to pick up the pieces in the last 3 or 4 games, which just always feels a little bit chaotic. I don't see it changing, but certainly I wouldn't mind it happening at some point. Millwall have made 5 signings so far this window, and last week saw Tyler Berry and George Long become the latest players to depart the Den this summer. Rowett hinted after the Norwich defeat that he would consider trying to recruit more players before the window closes on September the 1st. Indeed, so, and as mentioned, that's probably why we're trying to sign more players, because Voglsammer wants to leave, and who knows who else wants to leave. So there you go. That is it for today. I told you it's going to be short. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.